Hey y'all, so just got done with today's workout. It's a lot of fun. I really liked it. We'll talk kind of about it, but I love these workouts that take something that a lot of people tend to think of as a scaled exercise. Ring rows, single unders, step ups, things like this, knee push-ups. I love having what people think of as scaled exercises in workouts, just to remind everyone, even when you've gotten past those, to remind everyone that, man, these are really hard. And if you are not to the upper levels of these things and you're still only on that one, it's just kind of nice being able to look around your class and your group and see who the most advanced people struggle with these simple exercises. So we've got for intensity and technique. I got this one done, I think, oh gosh, I already forget if it was just around 12 or just around 14, I forget, but we're gonna do an 18-minute time cap. I'll be playing the demo video over here of it. But we've got 10 bar muscle ups, 20 strict pull-ups, 30 ring rows, 40 toes to bar, 50 burpees, 60 sit-ups. It's gonna talk through scaling and stuff, and I'm gonna put all the scaling and at-home variations in the description of this workout and on the workout blog. But to scale bar muscle ups, we can always do banded bar muscle ups. We can do jumping bar muscle ups. So those are really good for those people that are kind of right on the cusp. We can also just bring that number down from 10 to 5. So if you're someone who can do one, maybe we try and do singles and we try and get 5. So we've got 10 bar muscle ups. We can also scale those down to burpee chest to bar pull-ups, or bring that pull-up bar down into burpee pull-ups. And we can do burpee double dumbbell clean. So all of those are going to kind of mimic that pull-push motion of the bar muscle up. Then we've got 20 strict pull-ups. For you to do this 20 number, you should probably be able to have 15 or more strict pull-ups as your max set. And if you don't quite have that, then we can just bring this number down. Again, we can bring it down to 15 or 10. We can also throw bands on the pull-ups, ring rows, and we'll have some bent over row options too if you don't have a pull-up bar. Ring rows, 30 of them. We want you getting at about a 45-degree angle, and we can always scale it by walking those feet in to make you a little more upright. But 30 ring rows. 40 toes to bar, we can scale those with hanging knee raises. We also have some variations we can do on the ground. 50 burpees, those just are what they are. And let's have just everybody battle with it today. Then we've got our 60 sit-ups. So let's kind of talk strategies here. Again, especially on these first two, there's going to be a lot of different variations and things. So the mistake I made, and I've been kind of feel like filming myself, I get goaded into trying to do cooler things, and I've just been letting my stupid ego get in the way. And so I kind of overlooked ring rows, even though I knew, I was like, okay, those are going to be harder than I think. But what I did is I thought it would be fun to try and go 10 unbroken and then just kind of see what happened. And I was thinking I could go 10 unbroken and then do 5s. And what happened is I went 10 unbroken and those were fine. And then I started doing the strict pull-ups and I was smoked. So that was a stupid move. My original plan was going to be 4-3-3. So I think breaking this up into 3 to 5 sets is probably going to be the way to go. The strict pull-ups, I was doing like a combination of 3s, 2s, and singles. And if I were to go back, I think I could have pulled off 2s or 3s the whole time. And then another way I like to think of strategy is count up the number of sets you do. So how many times do you break and rest? And it's not about how many you can do in a row. Say you do 7 in a row, okay, that's 1 set. Then you do the 8th break, 9th break, 10th. You did 4 sets, but if you went 4-3-3, that's 3 sets. So we're saving about 10 seconds there. So you gotta just do opposite of what I did today. Don't let your ego get in the way. And your goal is, how do we get through these things in the fewest number of sets? It doesn't matter how many numbers are in each of the sets, just fewest number of sets. How do we get there? So I'd recommend 3 to 4 sets here. Probably 5, 3 to 5 sets. Sorry, 4 to 6 or 7. 4 to 6 or 7 sets on the strict pull-ups. And then ring rows, just kind of play it by ear. But ring rows are kind of like our push-up strategy, is wing it, just go, but avoid that hard rep. I kind of hit that hard rep early on. It's pretty easy too because your arms are smoked from here. You've got to avoid that hard rep. So same thing, fewest number of sets. Then the other thing I was trying to keep in mind is that the bicep is so related to the forearm, which is crucial for grip. So I knew probably the hardest part of the toes to bar were going to be the skin of my hands from doing all of these pulling motions, especially that kind of rubbing nature of the bar muscle up. So I knew skin of my hands, but I also knew since the biceps were going to be blown up, I knew grip was going to be really the major factor in the toes to bar. And that's kind of how I felt. I felt the holding onto the bar and kind of that lat pull down was by far way harder than the actual picking the legs up in this one. And your abs don't really get that workout until you get to the sit-ups, or at least that's how I felt. So you got to be real conservative. I was able to do 5s the whole time, and that was my plan. But as I was doing 5, I was like, should I do 10? And I was like, I'll be conservative. And I'm glad I did, because 5s ended up getting tough, especially for the skin of my hand there. Then 50 burpees. This is just kind of get it started and feel it out. Try and go unbroken. And just like running, you're not going to run, sprint, walk, run, sprint, walk. So I see a bunch of people do burpees fast, and then they walk around for 30 seconds. You got to pick a pace that you think you can do 50 consistent, unbroken, without stopping. And then as you go through that 50, go slower, go faster, adjust your pace to try and get that fastest average speed with going unbroken. That's kind of the goal. We do this 50 number of burpees a lot, and I like to play mind tricks on myself. I make my first goal just get to 15, and then I'm just thinking 5s at a time. And again, I'm not breaking, but in my head it's just like get to 15, then get to 20, then get to 25. And once I'm at 25, I kind of have that moment of, oh, this really stinks. I'm only halfway. But what happens is as soon as I get to 30, mindset flips. And now I've got 20 more, and I know I can do 20 no matter what is going on. I can do 20 burpees. So then it's really just a matter of getting to that 30 number, because I know once I'm there, I got it from there. And then the sit-ups, it's 60. It's make it look good. Battle for it. Don't let that butt come flying off the ground. You can always play around with if you're going to do the butterfly stance or that traditional stance. I chose the traditional stance today just because I've been doing that butterfly stance in the last couple workouts. So it's a fun one. Again, we're going to throw an 18-minute time cap on this one. The strategy is just about being a little conservative, making sure there's about 70 grip intensive reps in this workout. So especially as you're warming up, be very, very careful. Once we get around that 70, 75 number, that's where we start seeing hands tear. So we're right kind of at that limit. So make sure you're really smart, and we got to get warmed up in an appropriate way. But we can't just add on a whole bunch of bar hanging and bar swinging exercises, because your hands just aren't going to be able to take it today. So be really, really smart with your warm-up today. Protect the skin of your hands at all costs. You can always modify any of these exercises to be in a way that doesn't tear the skin if your hands just aren't feeling great. But it's just manage that muscle fatigue, manage the grip, because you're going to need a lot of that grip here in the toes to bar. Once you get to the burpees, it's just get it started and see how well you can just push, push, push. Act like the end of the burpees is the end of the workout. The sit-ups are incredibly annoying, just like sit-ups always are, but you end up catching your breath. They're annoying, they're hard, but you end up catching your breath. So it's really just a mental battle when you get to that last 60. Enjoy this one, have fun, talk to y'all soon.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.